This week's movement snack is heel rocks or calf raises. What you're going to do is you're going to lift up into a calf raise and then pull back into a heel rock. This week you are going to practice the heel rocks, and it is a very important movement, probably one of the most important movements that you can do to help with everyday balance, walking, movement patterns, because it is helping to strengthen the lower leg muscles and the stabilizer muscles. If you deal with foot drop, that heel rock where you lift back up onto the heel is a great exercise to increase the strength in the muscle that runs along your shin. That will help if you're dealing with foot drop. Rising up onto the balls of the feet or the toes are going to help you build strength in the calf muscles that are important when it comes to balance. Another thing about the calf muscle is it is considered the second heart. So these muscles are there to help push the blood back up into the upper extremities and the heart. So it is an exercise that I would recommend if you have lymphedema, if you notice swelling in your legs, ankles, or feet. This is a great one to work on. Also, if you deal with neuropathy, it's another exercise that is good to help work on getting blood flowing through those lower extremities and then back up to the heart. Things to notice when you do a calf raise. Some things to notice when it comes to calf raises. One of them is going to be you really want to work on trying to go up as high as possible. So many times I will see clients only come about halfway up and they just feel like they can't get higher. I want you to really start thinking about pressing down through the balls of the feet and seeing if you can get those heels to lift up higher to get the full activation of that calf muscle. Another thing that you need to pay attention to is what is happening at your ankles and heels. We don't want to rise up and have our, I can't even do it, and have our ankles splay out or our heels kind of splay out. You can grab a small ball and place it in between, right below your ankles, in between your heels, and work on rising up, trying to keep that ball in place. And then the third thing you need to pay attention to is what is happening with the toes themselves when you rise up. A lot of my clients will start to clench their toes. That is a key indicator to me that you are struggling with balance. Your body is trying to find balance by toes clenching up. So that lets me know that there is a disconnect between the muscles in the feet and the brain, which creates fear when you are doing things like balancing, when you are walking, when you are moving. So if you struggle with that and notice your feet are clenching, then I truly would encourage you to work on strengthening your feet, which you can do by going into my community where I have a foot course to help you work on strengthening your feet. If you are on YouTube, you can also go to footwork videos that I have done to help you as well, because we want those toes to be relaxed. You should not see any gripping of the toes when you rise up. Your toes should be relaxed as you lift up, as you aren't using your toes, as your toes themselves should not be the source of the balance. So how can you apply this one movement into your everyday life? When you're standing around in line, or if you are at the sink doing laundry, cooking at the stovetop, anything where you are noticing you're standing, if you feel unsafe, then hold on to a cabinet, a countertop, or a chair as you're doing this movement. Again, you want to rise up onto the ball of the feet and then press back onto the heels. You can do this often throughout the day. If you are unable to do this standing, you can also do this seated. You'll just be here. You're going to lift up onto the balls of the feet and then press through the heels, trying to get the forefoot up, the balls of the feet up off the floor. So this is a seated exercise here. Standing exercise is here. If you want, you can do 1 foot at a time. For those of you who deal with spasticity in the calves, I would recommend seated or just doing 1 at a time, because we don't want to increase spasticity in that calf area. If you are noticing as you are doing this exercise that your toes are clenching, try to take the balance aspect out of it. So then just press through 1 foot and notice if you're able to relax those toes while you do the presses. And then you can start to work on coming up and switching from toe to toe, from foot to foot. And then if you are doing these every day, you want to also make sure that you are stretching your calf muscle out at the end of the day. I usually recommend people do this as a movement snack, where while they're brushing their teeth, they can work on stretching out their calf. So if I were to imagine this being a countertop, I'm going to walk up and I'm brushing my teeth. I'm going to press the ball of my foot up into that cabinet and brush my teeth. If you're doing the recommended brushing your teeth for 2 minutes in the morning and the evening, you will have 1 minute of stretching each leg morning and evening, which is going to help keeping the Achilles tendon more supple, which over time, because of the shoes we wear, tends to shorten. So that one stretch can help keep that lower leg strong and healthy. Again, if you have questions, let me know in the comments below. If you like these movement snacks, make sure to head over to balanceandmovement.com, click on the community, and there you can join us for weekly movement snacks for free, or you can join our Balance and Movement program, where you can attend live classes, live Q&As, where I will help you with your balance and movement.